That looks terrifying.
Yeah. So that's all the magic that happens inside.
In today's video, we're at Sydney Drag Race. That was nuts.
Hey, I'm Hinchy.
John, how you going?
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Hinchy, nice to meet you, man. So you got a couple fucking nice shiny boxes here.
Yep.
And most of them are all designed to take a lot of power.
Yep, exactly right. So we've got a custom built power glide of aftermarket case that's been sent out. Two 1500 horsepower.
And these are going to Shaz. These are both Easy Life.
Yep, both Easy Life. Good for built for up to 1500 horsepower going on burnout cars.
So yeah, so they're both for burnout cars. And you're saying what? This one's for a blown big block,
and that's a blown LS. Yeah.
Man, I don't know what you keep from it, but that sounds like a spicy build. Blown big block. That's real big.
Yeah. So a couple of 6L80s, built 6L80s that are getting sent out. They're good for about 800 horsepower. All built 2.5 grand stall converters, rebuilt obviously here in house, and all tuned up, ready to go.
See, is that because it's more of a street car or a daily car that the stall's so low?
That's right, exactly right. So usually these like supercharged cars, they'll have obviously not a massive camber compared to a naturally aspirated car, so they don't need a big massive stall to get it off the mark. Yeah. So, but just to loosen up a little bit so they don't hunt or drag down when you come to stop at a set of lights and stuff.
Oh, okay,
so, not too slippery to drive on the street, still retain streetability.
Yeah. Because what converter would be in clickbait?
Probably something similar to this.
It is green, body. So yeah.
Green Dominator. Yep. Yeah. So I think yours was 3.5 from memory. Oh yeah. 3.5, 4 grand stall. Yeah. So, yeah. But that's they're all custom ordered from Dominator. That's when we get all our stall converters from. Yeah, sick. You're normally pretty quick with them too. Like aside from the fact you've got 100 to do it once. Yeah. Like I feel like we were talking about when you were doing mine. You say when you can actually sit down and do it, it only takes what, a day to actually put them together once you get to it. But really, depending on the build size, yeah, it can generally be a day. If it's like sort of the bigger ones, you do more machining and stuff like that. It could be a couple of days. Really depends on how the condition of the box is too. Like we can get ones that are completely blown up, and we've got to source parts and stuff. It could be a week or two. Yeah. So just depends, but it's generally a pretty easy build. We try to have a lot of the parts in stock for especially like 400s and stuff we do a lot of, and 460s and 6L80s we always have everything there. We've got a lot of spare parts as well, so if we do get one that's in bad shape, we're ready to go and throw it all in. And, usually bring stuff over and get it set up on the bench like this. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, there's about 1800 horsepower turbo 400 getting built. See, yeah, that's what terrifies me. Like, what the hell is going on there? Yeah, it's just magic, really. It is magic. Yeah. It is crazy. This is an aftermarket reed case. Yeah. So everything is just nice and shiny, all brand new and built. This is a sick jig, how it obviously is designed straight for this. That's right. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah, that is sick. Yeah, so we've got our billet trans-brake valve body, internal brake, reverse pattern, the billet pistons, upgraded drums, upgraded input shaft, new planetary, new pump. Some of the friction is waiting on a few more bits and pieces so that can get all assembled. See, none of this looks like too crazy. I picture like if you were to crack a box open, it'd just be literally just wizardry going through that. These are a lot more simple. See, with these are the best valve bodies you can get. All channels just run all straight through, so we're compared to a normal valve body. Yeah, see, that looks terrifying. Yeah. There's all the valves in it just to run. So you can still run these and make these full manual, but having stuff like that's a lot cleaner, quicker. Gnarly, yeah. The drama's 90 that's getting built for 1,000 horsepower. Wow, for 1,000? Yeah. Man, I feel like you're doing like everything these days is 1,000. Yeah, I know, well, it has to be. 1,000's pretty much, if you don't make 1,000 horsepower, like 1,000's like a new 400. Like, I feel like for ages it was like 400 was gnarly on the street. Yeah. Now it's 1,000. Exactly, yeah. So that's a TCM that actually sits inside the box. Yeah. I've had to, back when the wagon was a street car, I've had to replace one of those before, Yeah, that is...
I remember the first time that I did a service on the old wagon, and it was so that was what 6L80E.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like pulling the base off that, and like seeing wires in the box and whatnot, and like just being like terrifying. Like it literally just looks like a box of magic. Like how does it put power to the ground?
That's right. Well, it goes through all this. That's pretty much stacked up, almost in how it's in the car.
That is crazy. Yeah. See, that is horrifying to look at.
You see the support?
Wow.
Clutches in there. Now your sprag, one-way clutch. A bit upturn because the clutch is just dry. But that's your billet planetary. That's got to get we're going to cut this off and then it's going to get machined and put on there. So that's another upgrade because they usually like to snap these off or destroy the splines with a lot of power. So use that billet upgrade.
Wow.
Welded hubs. An upgraded shaft. So they like to break them, is pretty common too. We need a lot of power, like to break the shafts.
Really?
So the input shaft, and here where we put extra clutches in, machine all that. That's your pump assembly with belly housing. It's all sort of one piece. Yeah, so that's all upgraded valves and stuff in that as well. So it's all ready to put together. Just pretty much gotta wait for this to get done, and it's ready to slap together. And then we can actually, with these, we can plug our computer into them and actually program the transmission while it's on the bench.
So you can like tune the box without it being in the car.
So with shift kits like a 460 like this one, you put a built servo in, upgraded the actual valve body, and put some tougher springs in and stuff to make shift harder. Everything on these are done through the computer.
Wow.
So upgrading shift pressures and stuff like that is very important. So you build these boxes with the best of absolutely everything. If that tune's not right in the computer, we'll fire the box just driving around the corner.
Wow.
So yeah.
Just like the same as like setting up how important setting up a shifter cable is.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah.
That always terrifies me.
Yeah. So
because it doesn't matter how, like I've always been told, it doesn't matter how good a box is built, if that cable's not set up right, you'll destroy it in seconds.
100%. Yeah. So yeah, but that's pretty much what the builder says for 460. That's getting built for that 600 horsepower.
Wow.
Probably our most common builds.
What are they mainly in, like?
VX, anywhere from pretty much V and VP is 460 Turbo 700.
Yeah.
Same box, pretty much, just not electronically operated. So, which these are. So from VS up, they started to bring obviously the electronics and stuff out, and they slowly started changing.
Now let's go over your party car, though.
Oh yes.
The Craig's Automatics car. Because I've seen this thing at Power Cruise a couple times. And you're always definitely having a party in it.
Yeah, always with the boys in it, having fun. So, just doing a bit of a suspension upgrade at the moment.
So they've always just been running on what factory
shocks with just some
King Springs. Yeah.
It's a bit of a boat, but yeah.
Well, they all are. All Commodores are boats.
Yeah, that's right. So, Turbo 400 with $5,000 store. That's a Dominator store also that we've done some modifiers in house and put back together.
Big pan on it too.
Yeah. Our cross members that we sell here, we've got made in house, so that's all when we do Turbo 400 conversions. We can just sell that with a cross member. Everything's bolt in.
That is sick.
Yeah, the custom one-piece tail shaft. 411 lock diff.
Definitely enough to party. And then what's the engine combo?
402 stroker.
Yeah, so
just naturally aspirated, makes about just shy of 500 at the tyre.
So yeah, it definitely fits in the party car category.
Yeah, big radiator, big transcoolers. Just go out there and just give it hell.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything here is almost different, so there's that many, how many different cars and stuff. We do a lot of stock cars, so we do supply other shops and stuff like that. So, there's Hondas, there's nice little, someone's made a store for a Commodore, which is the V6 body with an adapter plate, the Sydney LS.
Oh yeah.
So that Commodores, there's everything really. So we've got a lathe here that we cut them open on.
Oh, so you can actually open them up?
Yeah, we open them up here and weld them back together.
Oh wow.
Welding machine. So it gets all attached in there, and all these arms and all that come down. We've got a guy here that just does solely converters, so he does it all himself. Yeah. Testing machine and stuff. So 6L80 converter, just a standard one. So that's all the magic that happens inside.
And doesn't it just work more or less off friction of like oil pressure or something?
Yeah. So you got, this is your pump which obviously goes into the transmission. That's spinning, creating a turbine of oil. Then you get your fins, and that's the actual turbine that's connected to the input shaft. So that starts spinning, which turns the input shaft and drives it. And it's all done by oil.
So magic.
Magic, yeah.
It's crazy. There's no like physical. There's no gears. There's no cogs. There's nothing.
It's a fluid coupling.
Yeah, it's fluid. Yeah. Like it's crazy that like, especially when you think of like a massive drag car, like they're all like power glides and everything, or even a burnout car with all that abuse and heat and like power, and it's fluid that actually connects it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah,
that puts the power to the ground.
So that's a Commodore, standard size Commodore, and then you got a store converter out of it's an earlier model Commodore, but you can see the size comparison.
Yeah, huge size comparison.
Yeah, it's obviously been machined, and fins are on different angles and stuff like that. It just creates all the magic that happens inside them.
That's gnarly.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got another converter bay here that we're getting set up for just to take on more workload. You can see there's more converters and stuff everywhere. Another machine.
I've never seen so many converters. Holy shit, they're huge.
Yeah, this is where all the Allisons get built.
Wow.
So I have a set of boys in here that do just do these as well in the different sections.
Wow.
So you can see they're a lot bigger than a car, obviously.
A lot bigger.
That's a pretty much basic transmission you'd see in a garbage truck. 6-speed auto.
Wow.
Yeah.
That thing is huge.
Yeah.
Surely that thing weighs like 2 tons.
Probably about 800, I think. They think these are about 5. Yeah, they're a bit big. That's why we've got all these trolleys, forklift.
Yeah.
All these jigs made to pull
just
parts
to move
out.
them. Yeah.
I just pulling the rear planetary out. Quite heavy.
Yeah.
Just hooking up to the chains and
lift her up.
Yeah, that's right. Like on our website, I think the earlier photos, it didn't have any shelving at all. It was just plain walls.
Yeah, it's like
a couple of transmissions here and there.
Some people freak out when they've got a lot of stuff, especially like an inventory of everything. And people freak out thinking it's clutter. And like, man, all I see, like to me, I see like a good, reliable business that makes a good product if they are this busy with all of this stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to stay on top of it. We just, as the years go on, we just get busier and busier. So
which is good.
Yeah. Surprising with COVID, we've been busier than we ever have. I suppose if everyone's getting their, all their projects and like done. If they're not working or whatever, they get everything done. So
yeah, 100%.
We're trying to stay on top of the game too.
Yeah. Definitely think I'll bring the wagons box around for a service and check it over.
Yeah, I'd like to get out and go over it and really check it all out.
Yeah.
Make sure all cables and stuff and all that's all right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I feel like at some point there would have been some damage done to it.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, it happened there. It's not a street car. It's a race car, so not everything's gonna run smooth.
It's turned on, abused, and turned off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's something like this, and there's always little bits and problems and stuff like that. Like we had just the other day reversing out the workshop, had a brake booster problem. You know what I mean? So we didn't even do anything with it for over a year. So stuff happens really. Well, cheers for showing us around, man.
Yeah, it was awesome to see where everything's done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
nice meeting you.
It was awesome to see it all and where it goes down. And I'll bring you my box very soon.
Yeah, sounds good.
There's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got tired.